When it comes to Kingdom Hearts, I'd say that I ride the line of fanboy pretty closely. I've played all the games, I love them all to death, and I don't actually think any of them are bad. Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, and 3 are some of my favorite games, though I can acknowledge that none of them are perfect, and this does include 3. It's a flawed experience in many rights, and in my opinion the game is way too easy. The fact that Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, A Fragmentary Passage, God, that's a title, has critical mode and 3 does not is incredibly upsetting. In this video, I'm going to try and spark a totally rational discussion about Kingdom Hearts 3's story, so yes, there will be spoilers, and yes, by the title you can get an idea of my viewpoint on the matter. If you are going to leave a comment about making a counter-argument to mine, please watch my whole video first. Now, let me start off by saying this. You did not wait 13 years for Kingdom Hearts 3, and if you did, you are stupid. Now, I know that sounds a little bit blunt, but please bear with me for a second. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out on December 22nd, 2005, and since the release of KH2 we have had 7 different games come out, not even including Kingdom Hearts 3 itself. We've also had various remakes and remasters, with the frequency of a game averaging about every 2 years or so. Each game expanded on the plot in a different way, whether it be for better or for worse, we were given constant content. We never really had dead air with Kingdom Hearts. At best, you waited 6 years for the proper sequel to Kingdom Hearts 2, in the form of Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. Me bringing this up serves 2 points, with the first being obvious. You did not wait 13 years for Kingdom Hearts 3, and the second being, if you supposedly did wait 13 years for KH3, then that's your own fault. To quote the wonderful King K, if you were waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3, you'd have actually played the games that came out after 2 that were all released on an all-in-one collection called The Story So Far. Now, I would understand why most people would say that Kingdom Hearts is a generally convoluted plot. Having difficulty understanding the plot itself is fine, and there are even resources like Everglow's timeline that are meant to help with this. But if you do not even make an attempt to understand the spin-offs, and you think that you'll be okay skipping 13 years of storytelling, then you're the one at fault. Jumping from Kingdom Hearts 2 to 3 and then complaining about it is similar to jumping from Avengers Age of Ultron straight to Infinity War and then complaining about not knowing that Thor lost his eye, that the Avengers broke up, or
there's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man?
But then again, who knows, I played the wonderful 101 without playing the first 100. The argument at hand is that Kingdom Hearts 3 is poorly paced, because a lot of its larger story beats take place at the end of the game, and that there is no proper middle point when compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. Many people have boiled it down to Sora dicking around in Disney World for 20 hours, with the real story backloaded into the last quarter of the game. I'm not going to go off and say straight away that the people with this viewpoint are wrong, but I would instead like to offer a counter-argument. Kingdom Hearts 3's story is the best that it can be in its current form. That argument is not me settling for something I consider to be less than great, but rather considering the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 could not have been better paced without major story retcons or jarring character inconsistencies. Let me elaborate. Kingdom Hearts 3 is not a game we waited 13 years for, but it is the end of a 16-year-long story arc that, by the end, needed to tie up the Destiny Trio, the Wayfinder Trio, and the Sea Salt Trio, as well as various other subplots and villains, and I'd say Kingdom Hearts 3 was fantastic at fulfilling that goal. Like I previously mentioned, a lot of people are not very happy about the fact that a lot of the better story beats are backloaded, primarily starting with Aqua being saved from the Realm of Darkness. A lot of people argue that Aqua should have been brought back around the halfway point of the game, but the reason that this does not work is because once Aqua is saved, then Ventus has to be saved soon, if not immediately after, because in character this is all Aqua would want to do, and once Ventus is saved, you have all 7 Guardians of Light and no reason not to just end the game right there. See the issue? There is no condition in which Aqua would not want to save Ventus, unless she were to be incapacitated or physically unable to, which kinda drives against the point of saving her anyhow. I understand wishing for events to be more spread out, but it also must be considered that moving a set piece in a 30-hour game does not suddenly fix the pacing, and in fact offers more negative consequences than positive. Looking back at the story as a whole though, it's almost hard to argue that it's paced poorly, when there is at least one story-related cutscene after every single world in the game. Theater mode offers a great diagram for this. At worst, Kingdom Hearts 3's plot and pacing is slow, but that doesn't equate to bad. I don't even find Kingdom Hearts 3 to be particularly slow. I feel like it's not a matter of the game being too slow or being too poorly paced, but rather that everything that people wanted from Kingdom Hearts 3 is at the end. This game has consistent story beats, but Kingdom Hearts 3 also has the series' biggest case of any game killer, and that would be expectations. As fans, we all wanted the absolute best for the conclusion of this arc. Plenty of us have been following since we were kids, but nobody cares about the Disney World story this time around. Nobody cares about Vexen being a double agent or Ansem the Wise coming back. People care about the trios, the Keyblade War, and Light vs. Dark. People care about the conclusion. Kingdom Hearts is a series from a simpler time. It used to be about the Disney worlds, the adventure, and the cross between Disney and Final Fantasy. Even without Final Fantasy, 3's Disney worlds aren't that bad. Every single one serves either the underlying themes or plots of Kingdom Hearts in some way, and that's something I can't even say about 2. Agrabah. Yet, 3's Disney worlds are still chastised for being not relevant enough to the plot, even though every single world puts something forward for Sora's character arc, which is arguably more important than any amount of story tie-in we could have had this time around. Sora actually has a very tangible character development in Kingdom Hearts 3, and without it, the finale would not be as nearly powerful as it is. Square gave us so much in terms of story this time around, more than we've ever gotten before. Square gave us a wholesome Kingdom Hearts game, especially compared to the ones we've gotten for the past few years. The only issues with Kingdom Hearts 3's plot are expectations. We asked for a conclusion and they gave us more than that, which by many is considered to be an issue. When it comes to the big bad Xehanort, a lot of people are torn on the way he was utilized in the final act, but I feel like complicating his motives into something that made him not seem like the ultimate evil along with Ansem and Xemnas was a huge step in the right direction for better villains as this series goes on. The Master of Masters is very likely to be the next antagonist for Kingdom Hearts, and from what we've seen of him, he's definitely more than complex.
Gazing or not, that Keyblade does have an eye in it. My eye, to be exact. Ew! Oh, you think that's gross, do ya?
I also would not say that Xehanort's character arc in 3 was that of a retcon, which is what many people consider it to be. I feel it is rather an expansion of a character that was not fully developed during Birth by Sleep, but even despite that, Kingdom Hearts 3 is not contradictory of how he acted in Birth by Sleep, as weaponizing the darkness to achieve balance was always key to his overall plan. I've seen some people get borderline whiplash over the way he acts in the final act of KH3, but it's key to realize that this is not new, even in the 8th Xehanort report. I believe a balance of light and darkness is what sustains our world, but too much of the darkness has been stamped out, disrupting the balance. Someone must tear down this tyranny of light and reorganize the world around darkness, which then creeps back in. Can be read. People believe that this is contradictory of Kingdom Hearts 3 Xehanort talking negatively of the darkness in people's hearts, but the thing is that it still keeps the idea of balance, and while the 8th report talks negatively of light, KH3 Nort talks negatively of darkness, both carry the themes of balancing the world. Furthermore, in the 9th report from Birth by Sleep, if I become the first to open Kingdom Heart's door, I can create a next world in which light and darkness exist in perfect equilibrium, which is also consistently derivative of the themes of balance. Sorry, but Xehanort's motives are consistent. Kingdom Hearts 3 was unfortunately not blessed with the simple and clean nature of the other games. Previously, each game was written with a degree of simplicity, in the sense that Nomura could take the story in any direction that he pleased. I'm not implying that he did not enjoy writing 3 because I, of all people, would not know. In fact, he quite likely enjoyed it a lot, as it's the culmination of years of work that he's proud of. But I am implying that he had expectations that, to a degree, he had to fill this time. For a great majority of players, these expectations are all they wanted. Honestly, even if this game would have been the hot mess that it easily could have been, I'm just happy that I got closure. Kingdom Hearts 3 does not have a perfect plot, but neither did 1 or 2 or Birth by Sleep or any of the other games for that matter. This is just a series that means the world to me, and I hope I can go into further detail about that at a later date. I made this video with the intent of starting a more rational discussion with the community than what I've been seeing on Twitter. I told my side, and I'd like for the others to tell their side too. My points aren't the points I die on. I respect everyone else's views on the story, and I am more than willing to elaborate on mine or discuss with anybody in the comments. We're all Kingdom Hearts fans, unless you're just here to grill us. Let's not make this game about friendship into something more toxic than it needs to be. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or whatever it may be, and please comment or share this video. None of us want to hate Kingdom Hearts 3, and maybe some further discussion will help some of us realize things. Oh, and these games have never been the peak of good storytelling. Kairi, she's always been bad. I really don't know what y'all expected. Hi again. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I just really wanted to make a video about Kingdom Hearts 3 because I really liked it, and I noticed that a lot of people really did not like it. I feel like talking about these things is just generally good. I don't know. This part isn't scripted, I'm lost. Hopefully my next video is coming out in 2 weeks, and then I'll have the Devil May Cry 3 retrospective after that. If you want to check out the Devil May Cry 2 retrospective, that's there. I've also been streaming Resident Evil 5 with my friend Just Lee Belmont on his Twitch. It'll also be on my Twitch, but I will link both in the description in case you want to check either of us out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go play more Resident Evil 2. Bye.